Hello everyone, this is Sam Wong again. I've been pretty busy with work, so I haven't been doing video. And obviously, it has been a very interesting month since the introduction of what is known as Liberation Day. All the index and stock were jumped out like or jumped down like waterfall. Dow and most dipped more than 2,000 points in a day. The markets have flipped from a positive territory into fear of recessions. Tesla has gone down from the post presidential election high of $488 to as low as 220. You can see how Elon Musk's wealth vaporized into half by a month. In April, however, the S&P 500 navigated into a wave through the fifth worst two-day decline on percentage basis, 10.5% in 75 years, and enjoyed the largest single-session luminal point increase since its inception. Stock, as you know, start to rebound when the CEO corporations are warning about the retaliations on tariffs and issue that may be rise to drive global recession. As you have to all remember, the top 10 richest people, majority of them in the US, and the Fortune 500, most of the corporations in the US too. So even US was fear in big troubles, but it really is, in this case, it was somebody causing it. Really, these people can speak up, and apparently you can see that, you're kind of switching gears now, and then the testing the temperature, I guess, totally failed on the tariffs as bargaining chips, in and obviously a lot of things have been retreated because of that. So then the stock market Friday, in particular, job market announcement are very strong and rebounded and very well. And I always have stated in the past video, you have a great opportunity to buy when people are fear about the market. The market, as President Trump noted that we really become elected for a lot of uncertainties and volatilities. We all know that people were very disciplined and really still doing the way how you was trade and really invest will be rewarded. In general, if the stock have dropped basically 15%, 20%, well, you too late. You just have to hold on to it. And for weighted average method, you consider buying, unless you want to, really engage in the put options because the market you see in the dip, right? It's really not the reality to drive the market, but the confidence, right? I always said that confidence is what it matters. And it was anticipated tariffs now will be renegotiated, and we treat most of the part. Catalyst of rate cut in May or possibly June. We'll see. Strong earnings that will really do the magic, as I always said. Will really you really can say at this point causing a V-shaped recovery already. But when it go up even higher, I would say so. Probably a few more percent in short run. Until the momentum compete and finish and with bad news. But right now there should be some good news pushing to the market. Today I just want to talk about the stock that were on my list. The one that competed in Nvidia, Alibaba, and just like few days ago, I actually bought Baba last week, and really had jumped back from 100 on the low end, $100 in April, like 2 weeks ago actually, and into 125. It's really a quick turnaround, and I'm optimistic about the DeepSeek and the growth platform that leveraging AI. Second one, I have a lot of holding is HYLN. And for those of you know, I made a lot of money on this stock, but of course from $4 in the January and keep in the late November, I keep continuing to fall till like $2, and then with the Liberation Day, it's actually dropping to $1.20 lowest. As you see this tipping point, I bought a lot from about $1.20 to $140 range here. So when with deals concerned of Terry most optimistic view on U.S. economy, the stock will go back, and I project it to be $2 right now, around $1.60, which is a good news. The stock holding pretty strong. And actually, the really great news is that there's an increase on institutional investor holding the stock. The next one, ACLS. This one I've been talking about a lot when I compare the NVIDIA from a directional standpoint. Semiconductor has been really suffering last year and up to this point, and increase due to increasing costs and tariffs. However, the company is undervalued and projected a possible quarterly earnings full, though lower than previous year. As far as outlook and guidance better than previous provide, the stock should go back up very quickly. And should the momentum continue, I think the stock I'm looking probably at $60, around 60 now. And I'm still thinking about an 8 year and for long-term investment, this stock right now is a really good deal, and you will go up to $100, which means you will outperform the market and index. But patience in this company, probably have to say patience is the word. Next one, I made quite a bit of money as well. Robots, I really like this stock, even though the earning have been announced very strong, much better than estimated. So the stock had jumped up to $74, very close to the 52-week high. Basically, just regained all the momentum, and at the deep day, it was dropping around $52. I've been buying this stuff from like around $57 to 52 ranges, because it's dropping up. Buy, and I sold around $62 and last Friday about $72. I still have some stock right now when I come back. So the stock has shown resilience and already returned better than market indexes. Robot has claimed the increase of active users and continue to improve CPU experience again players. So if the stock continues start to make profit, it definitely will hit $100 again. During COVID, when people stay home, this stock have been really high, $140 a share. So if you look at it, right now it's still about 50% discount of where it was the historical high. And the last time I want to talk about United Airlines, which I actually sold a lot, around 60 some dollars. I was really surprised the stock had really hitting lower than where I sold at from high end $116, which you can see that quite a bit of volatility if you look at this chart for a year or so. You really during COVID office the stock had been really hammering it, but but then the stock had gone pretty well, and from $40 gone all the way up, and have been beating earnings for the last year. So right now the stock had dipped about really good place to be. I bought some around $58 to $62 this range, and then now it's actually obviously gone back down, which means I was losing money at the time I buy, but looking now, it's in the month I actually made quite a bit of profit, 15% plus. So though there will be a fear of recession, meaning projected slower travel. I mean, the business travel will continue, and people will start to take off in summer in holidays for luxury for leisure travel. United Airlines will also continue to find ways to gain efficiency and decrease costs. So they also have credit card business, so which actually diversify from a core business and boost profitability. So I look this stock, I think right now is still a good time to buy 170, but I mean if the market tank a little bit, you can go back to around 60-ish. But I think the stock worth about $90, so there's still quite a bit of potential. And the last stock I also want to talk about is XPEV. I hold quite a bit of this stock. We have reached 2025, and I think during COVID 2022, I've been talking about this stock, and they were as high as $64 and dropped as low as below $10. If you have read the news lately, you should know that XPEV Expand has exceeded expectation and strong delivery in April again. Chinese EV have run the competitive edge and continue to expand outside of China. The improvement, possibility of life, and also low prices make them very attractive compared to traditional conventional gasoline car. So it's still definitely going to be the future. So Tesla now competing with them. The stock actually have bounced back pretty well. I do have some buy around low at 200, 250-ish. My portfolio has already recovered from a month ago, and I expect that if HYL and CLS is going to continue to come back up, and my return probably have about 15%, while the indexes, I guess in the short term, probably go another 5% higher before the momentum before the end of really earnings season. Pinduoduo also has slipped slightly below $100 and come back up to 110, which is 10%. Though the stock will be impacted by tariff. I think it's still right now, maybe with China talking to US, the tariffs effect may not be as bad as original thought. So you will be actually, maybe already at a worst case scenario. While U.S. economy is showing a sign of weaknesses, corporation announced layoff and potential AI replacing human workforce, I think there's still catalyst and undervalued stock that worth to watch and keep for long term. Mega 7 continue to be the way, even though from a valuation standpoint they're high, and when they come down, they can drop 10 or 20% quite scary in one day, or even in less than a month. You can vaporize at least 25% to 35%. But I will talk more about it in the next video. Happy Monday. Thank you very much.